Manchester United has been struggling with issues in their midfield in recent years and is now searching for a new transfer to strengthen the squad. In this context, Sofyan Amrabat from Fiorentina stands out as one of the key targets that Erik Ten Hag wants to bring to the team. The Moroccan player has caught the attention of European clubs with his performances both at the club level and with the Moroccan national team. Amrabat played a crucial role in Morocco's advancement to the semi-finals in the 2022 FIFA World Cup. His outstanding performance in this tournament brought him to the radar of many top European clubs. Manchester United became one of these clubs, showing interest in the player during the transfer window. However, Fiorentina's asking price of €15 million for Amrabat has made Manchester United hesitant about completing this transfer. The club must carefully plan its spending while adhering to financial fair play regulations. As a result, the high fee demanded for Amrabat stands as a significant obstacle to the transfer. Fiorentina, on the other hand, is keen on keeping Amrabat and is not willing to compromise on the transfer fee. Amrabat plays an important role in Fiorentina's midfield, and the Italian club expects the player to continue contributing to the team this season. This situation complicates things further for Manchester United. Manchester United has also started considering alternative players to strengthen its midfield. Young and dynamic names like Manuel Ugarte are on Erik Ten Hag's radar. However, Amrabat's experience and defensive contributions set him apart from other candidates. If the Amrabat transfer does not materialize, Manchester United's plans for the midfield could suffer a significant setback, particularly in the Premier League, where physical strength and tactical discipline are paramount. The absence of a player like Amrabat could be deeply felt. The club is also considering creative solutions during this process. Options like structured payments, swap deals, or performance-based bonuses could be explored. However, these alternatives would also require Fiorentina's cooperation. Manchester United fans are closely following this process during the transfer window. The acquisition of Amrabat could make a substantial difference in the club's objectives for this season. Fans believe that if the player joins the squad, the team's midfield will become much more solid. On the other hand, Fiorentina believes that if Amrabat stays, his value could increase further. The Italian club expects the player to enhance his performance both in Serie A and on the European stage. This would mean a higher transfer fee in the future. As transfer negotiations continue, it appears that Manchester United is adopting a patient approach. Instead of acting hastily, the club aims to find the most suitable solution. If other clubs enter the race for Amrabat, competition could intensify, further complicating the transfer process. Moreover, it is well known that Manchester United is making significant efforts to maintain financial balance during this transfer window. The club is carefully managing its budget, not just for Amrabat, but also for other transfer targets. This strategy is considered an essential step in ensuring the club's financial health in the long term. If the Amrabat transfer does go through, it would create serious competition in Manchester United's midfield. A midfield consisting of players like Casemiro, Ugarte, and Amrabat would be strong enough to compete with other top Premier League clubs. This could enable the team to perform strongly throughout the season. However, if the transfer does not happen, Manchester United will have to start the season with its current squad. In this scenario, the team's existing weaknesses in midfield could persist, leading to a potentially lower-than-expected performance, both in the league and in Europe. The Amrabat transfer is not only significant for Manchester United, but also for Fiorentina. The Italian club wants to increase the player's value and sell him for a higher fee in the future. Therefore, the club management is acting very carefully during this transfer process. In conclusion, the potential transfer of Amrabat to Manchester United remains uncertain. Both clubs are taking cautious steps, keeping their own interests in mind. If the transfer does happen, there is great anticipation to see how Amrabat will perform in the Premier League. Fans are hopeful that this process will soon come to a conclusion and that Amrabat will don the Manchester United jersey. However, the club management prefers to take a patient approach to secure the best possible terms. Whether or not the Amrabat transfer happens will directly impact Manchester United's success this season. The club aims to maintain financial balance while also building a strong squad on the field. The Amrabat transfer is also critical for Manchester United's long-term planning. If this transfer goes through, the club will have a player who can provide stability in the midfield for many years. Manchester United is carefully managing both football and financial strategies in this transfer process to achieve the best outcome. If the Amrabat transfer happens, it could be a significant turning point for the club's future. While Manchester United is focused on strengthening its midfield, the club also has other pressing needs across the squad. The defense in particular has shown vulnerabilities, and there are discussions about whether additional reinforcements are needed in that area as well. Balancing the need to bolster the midfield with other positions remains a challenge for the club's management, especially with the financial constraints imposed by financial fair play regulations. Another factor that could influence the Amrabat transfer is Manchester United's ongoing negotiations with other potential transfer targets. The club has been linked with several other midfielders who could serve as alternatives if the Amrabat deal falls through. The management is likely weighing these options carefully to ensure that they secure the best possible addition to the team, both in terms of quality and cost. The relationship between Manchester United and Fiorentina during these negotiations is also crucial. While both clubs have their respective interests, maintaining a positive dialogue could be key to reaching a mutually beneficial agreement. If the negotiations become too contentious, it could jeopardize not just the Amrabat transfer, but also potential future dealings between the two clubs. Manchester United's coaching staff, led by Erik Ten Hag, is also likely playing a significant role in the transfer discussions. Ten Hag's tactical vision for the team and his preferences for player profiles are undoubtedly influencing the club's transfer strategy. His experience and success with building cohesive, dynamic squads mean that his input is vital in deciding whether Amrabat is the right fit for Manchester United's midfield. Additionally, the broader context of the Premier League's competitive landscape cannot be ignored. Manchester United is not the only club looking to strengthen its squad, and the transfer market is highly competitive. Other Premier League clubs are also making moves to secure top talents, which means Manchester United must act decisively, yet wisely, to avoid being left behind. Finally, the success of this transfer window will likely have lasting implications for Manchester United's season. If the club manages to secure its top targets, including Amrabat, it could set the stage for a strong campaign in both domestic and European competitions. Conversely, failure to address key areas of weakness could lead to another season of underperformance, putting additional pressure on both the players and the management. As the transfer window draws to a close, Manchester United faces critical decisions that will shape its future trajectory. Stay tuned for more news as it happens, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. The next few days promise to be some of the most pivotal in United's recent history.